If you're interested in going all in on sketchnoting so that you can apply your skills to your personal and professional life in a deep and ongoing way, then the verbal to visual community might be for you. Let me tell you about it. Hello and welcome to Verbal to Visual. I'm your host, Doug Neill, and about 4 months ago, I opened the doors to the new and improved Verbal to Visual community. And now that we've got some time under our belt and some folks have been making good use of that space, I wanted to lay out for you what's going on there in case you might like to join a global community of visual thinkers who are working to master the skill of sketchnoting. So here's what we're up to. The whole idea behind this community is to gather together a group of individuals for a common purpose. And that purpose is to master the skill of sketchnoting. What I most appreciate about this skill is its usefulness in a variety of areas. It is a powerful learning tool, an efficient problem-solving tool, and an effective storytelling tool. And while those are the three broad applications of sketchnoting that I often reference, I think it might be helpful to paint a picture of who this community is for, what the members of this community are up to. One reason you might join this community is if you'd like to integrate your sketchnoting skills into your daily life as a learner and maker. If you fall into that category of always wanting to learn new things and enjoying making new things with what you've learned, then I think this can be a place where you can regularly build and apply your sketchnoting skills to whatever it is you're learning and whatever it is you're making. So that's an example of applying these skills to your personal life, but you might also be interested in applying these skills at work. Maybe you'd like to use sketchnoting to help make that work more meaningful for you personally and make your work more impactful for others by bringing your sketchnoting toolkit to the table. Maybe being the person to hop up to the whiteboard and sketch ideas out during a meeting, or maybe help to visually communicate what your organization is all about to the outside world. So in that case, you might be involved in this job and career that you already enjoy and you just want to weave sketchnoting into it. If that's not the case and you're looking for other career opportunities, there is the potential and from what I've seen, the demand for using your sketchnoting skills as a service that you provide to others. That's also something that members of this community are up to. And that's a path that we as a community can help you go down. Continuing in that vein, you might also decide that you'd like to build your own products. Maybe you'd like to take your own ideas, your own experiences, and use your sketchnoting skills to create prints that you sell, or to plan and write and illustrate your own book. Maybe you'd like to share your expertise with others by creating an online course, or starting your own community around whatever interest you'd like to focus on, using sketchnotes as one of the tools to bring people together around that topic. These are the types of things that community members are up to. And if you'd like to move in any of these directions, then I think you'll fit right in. Now, the way that we as a community can help you work your way towards one or multiple of those goals is by providing a couple of types of opportunities regularly. Opportunities to continue building your skills as you work toward mastering the skill of sketchnoting, and opportunities for feedback and accountability as you make progress on your own projects. So let me touch on how we address each of those pieces. Starting with the skill development. We've got a couple of structures in place to help with that task of continually building your sketchnoting skills. One branch of that structure are monthly themes. Each month, we pick a topic related to sketchnoting that helps us focus the skill building activities that you'll see in a weekly calendar that I'll explain next. For example, in April, our monthly theme was Build Your Visual Vocabulary. That was all about helping folks build up this set of simply drawn icons that you're comfortable weaving into your sketchnoting workflow without having to think about it too much. Then in May, we explored mind maps and flowcharts, that particular approach to capturing and organizing ideas on the page. In June, we focused on handwritten fonts, how to add some hierarchy hierarchy and style to your sketch notes based simply on the way you write or draw out your letters. And in July, we focused on visual metaphors, like the iceberg model. These reusable containers that you can select from and apply when appropriate to the particular set of ideas that you're working with. And with each new month, you get to help decide what the next theme will be. I put out a poll with a handful of options and all community members get to vote. And in that way, over time, we can continue to address whatever topics the community itself is most interested in. With those monthly themes in mind, let's next look at the weekly calendar, how we actually build skills and experience around those themes. That calendar starts on Monday when I pose a question of the week. This is where I ask a question related to that month's theme just to get your gears turning, to think about how you might approach that particular topic and to see how others respond to that question as well. That often results in some helpful back and forth conversation. Then on Wednesday, I propose a sketchnoting prompt. This is an encouragement for you to break out your pen and sketchbook or stylus and tablet to actually do some sketchnoting. Sometimes they're more playful practice activities, other times more purposeful. But in either case, they're a way for you to gain experience with those types of themes so that you can carry that experience with you when you apply those same skills in whatever it is you're working on. Then on the following Monday, I look back at everything that happened over the past week and put together a community roundup. That's a recap of the responses to the question of the week, the sketch notes that came out of that week's prompt, as well as replays of live events that I'll be talking about next. So I pose those questions in the second half of one Monday and then post that recap in the first half of the next Monday. And of course, it is not required that you participate in every single question or every single prompt. You can choose the degree to which you'd like to participate any given week or any given month, hopping in and spending more time on those activities that feel most relevant and useful to you, and less time on those that don't. But maybe you still keep an eye on what others are up to, because chances are you'll be inspired by what you see. So that all constitutes the skill building aspect of this community. Next, let me share how we get at that piece of feedback and accountability. One of the highlights each month for me, and I think community members as well, are the live webinars that take place. These are great opportunities to get to know other community members, to share what you're working on, ask questions of each other, and get some helpful feedback to keep you moving forward. And we are now doing 2 live webinars every month. At the beginning of the month, we have a monthly mastermind. The purpose of that webinar is to help you continue working toward whatever goal it is you've set for yourself, to help you continue making progress on your current sketchnoting project. During that webinar, you'll have the opportunity to talk through any challenges you might be facing with your project, and you'll also be able to set monthly goals. That's how we wrap up each of those webinars. You identify what task it is that you'd like to be held accountable for in 1 month's time, so that at the beginning of the next monthly mastermind, when we do a quick check-in, hopefully you'll be able to say, yes, I did the thing that I said I was going to do. And now here's what's come up next. So that monthly mastermind is fairly focused and purposeful. In the middle of the month, we have the second webinar that's a little bit more free form. Those we just call office hours, and that's an opportunity for some open-ended Q&A and free-form discussion, where the focus is still on sketchnoting, but we allow ourselves to kind of go on some tangents that might actually lead to some helpful insights about why we're doing this work in the first place. Those webinars are always recorded, so you can watch the replay if you're not able to make it live. And in addition to those opportunities for some live interactions, I've got a couple things set up to keep the momentum going in between those live chats. First of all, we've got a Share Your Sketch Notes forum. That's a place for you to drop in your latest sketch notes whenever you complete them, both as a way to kind of share your progress and also as a way to maybe get some helpful feedback. And we also have a dedicated Q&A forum, a place for you to drop in your questions right when they come up so that you can get some input and suggestions from other community members over the next couple of days. So with these opportunities for feedback and accountability and this structure in place for continued skill development, that combination is what makes this community a great place to work toward these types of goals, to bring sketchnoting into your life and your work in this meaningful way. One more thing that I wanted to mention. If you're totally new to sketchnoting, I recommend starting with one of our online courses. I think that's a great place to build your foundational skills in a very structured and sequenced way. If you really like the sound of all of that live interaction that I just mentioned, you could do a course and the community together, or you could just work through the course first, get the most you can out of that, and then if you'd like some continued opportunities, then hop into the community. For more information and to sign up, check out the links below this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you inside so that I can hear about the work that you're up to and help you integrate your sketchnoting skills into that work. That's it for this one. See you next time.